ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहैतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 35, verse 25 and 26. So this is the last couplet out of the 12 couplets of Yugal Geet. In the previous one we read how they were describing Krishna's return and trying to pacify Yashoda because she was in anxiety about Krishna's return. So now this is just a description how he comes back. मद्विघूर्णितलोचन ईशन् मानदस्वश्रुहिदां वनमाली बदरपाण्डुवदनो मृदगण्डं मण्डयन् कनककुण्डललक्ष्म्या यदुपतिर्द्विरदराजविहारो Yamni patiriva esha dinante mudita vaktraupayati durantam mochayan vrajagavam dinatapam. So Vanmali is Krishna. He is having that famous garland, 5 colors. So Vanmala represents Krishna's fame. So he always has it. That's why his pratyay is applied. Matu pratyay. Matu Bartha, Nini, in the sense of Matu means he always has it. So Vanmali, he is giving respect to his friend Swasuridam, means he has come back. When he comes back, then all the Brajvasis, they come to receive him, his friends, elderly people, ladies, servants. So he is giving respect to everybody because they are all honoring him. So he is acknowledging their reception. And Mad Vighunita Lochana. But his eyes are a little bit reddish, out of happiness, out of tiredness, out of love. Generally this is described Vighunita when someone is intoxicated. So that's why it says Mada Vighunita. Mada also means happiness. Madhyam. It also means intoxication. So intoxication comes from different ways. Happiness is also a type of intoxication. So therefore he says Mad Vighunita Lochana Ishan Manada. But he is not giving too much time to everybody. It's a little bit because there are many, and he is also aware that his mother is waiting. Otherwise a lot of time will go. It's like some big person comes, you receive there, and especially if he is known to you, then many people are waiting and everybody wants that he looks at you, he acknowledges you or says something to you. So like that he is coming. But he cannot spend too much time. And Badara Pandu Vadana. So his face is little Pandu, yellowish in color, like the badar, the bear fruit, it comes in the winter time. Badrinath, because of this Badarayana. So this fruit which comes, it becomes yellowish. It is green to begin with, then it becomes yellowish when it is getting ripe. When it is completely ripe, it is pinkish in color. So his face is Badar Pandu, means not reddish but yellowish. And Mridugandam Mandayan Kanaka Kundala Lakshmiya. And his soft cheeks, they are ornamented by the beauty of earrings which are golden. So maybe these golden earrings are reflecting into his cheeks, therefore the face is looking yellowish. Or it is some kind of anubhav because of the happiness. So one of the anubhav is change of color. So this is Badar Pandu Vadana. So Yadupati, he is called Yadupati here. Brajvasis are also Yadavas. There are 2 types of Yadavas in Braja. There are Yadavas who are Yadavas. Generally Yadavas we think in Dwarka. But there are Brajvasis who are also Yadavas. So there are like Kshatriya Yadavas and there are Vaishya Yadavas. Even now there are 2 types. So those who are Vaishya Yadavas, they are called Ghoshis. And they don't have marriage relationship, although both are Yadavas. So the other ones consider these ones as lower Yadava because they are superior. But for us, these are superior. So Krishna is called here as Yadupati, and Dvirada Raja Vihara. So he is walking like an elephant, like the chief of the elephants. Elephant is called Dvirada because he has got two tusks, and he is Raja, the king. Vihara means he is moving gracefully. And Yamni Patiriva Esha Dinante. So just like at the end of the day, moon appears, so like that he is appearing at the end of the day. Yamni Patiriva Esha. And Esha signifies that gopis are actually seeing him now, and therefore they are describing his right in front. And Mudita Vaktra Upayati Durantam Mochayan Vrajagavam Dinatapam. So he has a very nice smile on his face and he is coming closer, and in this way he is relieving the suffering of separation during the day of Vrajagavam. So this is an interesting word. This came in Krishna Sandarbha also. Jiva Goswami was citing this word there. So Vrajagavam literally means of the cows of Vraja, that he is relieving the distress or suffering of separation of the cows. But here cows does not mean only cows, but also other people who are in Vraja. So it is strange that instead of Vrajajanam says Vrajagavam. So Gavam includes gopis and gopas. So Krishna is relieving the intense suffering because of separation which they feel during the daytime. Just like if you suffer from the heat during the daytime from the sun, Dinatapam. Sun is called Dinakara. So in the daytime, we have the heat, and then the moon comes spreading the cool rays. So like that he is coming, Yamani Pati. Moon is called the husband of the night. So he is appearing there. So idanim tu nagara pranta pariyantam agatam tatrapi kinchid vilambasya karanam shrinutyahu. So now as if the gopis are telling Yashoda that he had just entered the town or village. He is using the word nagara, which is strange. Nagar is generally used for the city. So it's more like a gram. So gram pranta means just the end. That he has come there means he is entering there, but still some delay is there. And why there is a delay, please listen to that. So madena pitradi darsanottha anandena preyasijan darsanottha kam mattaya cha vighunite vivale lochne yasya. So his eyes are vivala, means they are unstable. That is the meaning of vighunita. Why? There are two reasons for that. So the first reason is that pitradi darsana utthanandena, because of the happiness he is experiencing by seeing his father, because Nanda Maharaj has come out to see him, to receive with other Brajvasis. So he is very happy to see them, and therefore he is in ecstatic mood. So then eyes are blooming. And the other one is that he is seeing his beloved gopis, and by seeing them his love is swelling, and therefore his eyes are flickering. So these are the two reasons. So prathama artho vatsalya ras parikarair. So the first one is the devotees who have vatsalya relationship with Krishna, who are elderly on the level of Nanda Maharaj, so who have that affection towards Krishna like a child. So he is feeling happy, like son feels happy to see father in the evening. In the evening, father comes home from job, the children are waiting, right? Papa is coming, Papa is coming. It's other way around here. He's coming from the job himself. So he's feeling happy because of that. So that is the Vatsalya Ras Parikaras. And the second is Madhur Ras Parikare, Tatratyair Buddhyate. So second is the gopis. So that those are in Madhur Rasa relationship. So because of these two parikaras, devotees, his eyes are expressing their love. So he says this is to be understood and this should be understood further in future also like that. So then he is Ishat Swasuridam Manayan. So he is giving respect to his Suhrid, other relatives, friends. So that is being described. So who are these? Purohitadi. There are Brahmanas who are chanting mantras to receive him. Matuladi, Bhratradi, maternal uncles, brothers, Dasadi servants, Tambulikadinam, those who make tambula, this beetle. So they are all coming and receiving him. So yathochitam ashirvadadi krita ishananand manada. So he is receiving all of them as per the custom. Those who are senior, he is respecting them. Those who are junior, or even if they are not junior in age but they are like servants, he is blessing them. Because senior junior is in two ways. One is according to the age, other is according to the position, status, social status. So therefore yathochitam, as appropriate to the person, he is giving respect to them. Rajaputratvad alpavasyatvena na anadhigat niti shastratvat. Rajputratvat, because he is son of the chief or the king. Alpavasyatve, although he is young and although he had not studied, but he has knowledge. Is it anadhigat or adhigat? Or is it nana adhigat? Alpavasyatvena anadhigat. Anadhigat. But he says niti sastratvatcha. But he has knowledge of the niti. In any way, he says that although he has not gone to the school, but being the son of Nanda Maharaj, certain things you learn in your family, because people come, Nanda Maharaj is chief of them, so various types of people come to see him. So he has already learned how to meet people of different status. So that's the Niti Shastra, although he is not taught it in some school or anything. Isan matram yathochitam siro namanadikam manam dadati se. So Ishan manada means that little bit he is giving. Just for some he is lowering his head, for some he is shaking his hands, for some he is folding hands, some he may be embracing them. So different ways of receiving greeting according to which type of person you are meeting. Iti ayam api vilamb hetur iti bhava. So this is also the cause of his delay. So even when he has entered and he is about to come, still there is a delay. That is the meaning. Pakshe swasruhidam preyasinam chandra shalikadya aruhya hasita apanga nilotpalair pujayanti nam ishadanya jana lakshitam manam abhishtan Vyanjakai katakshir dadati se. Or in the other way, because there are two types of people, so there are also gopis, and gopis are going on the roof. So Chandrashalika, what you call the thing which is above? Terrace. So they are there and they are smiling at him and they are worshipping him with their lotus eyes. Eyes are like lotus, so they are throwing their apangas, their side glances. That is like offering lotuses to him with smiling face. So then he is also reciprocating them. And this is also Isadmanada. He is also doing it quietly so that others don't see. That is another explanation of Ishadamanada. First one is because there are too many people, and this one is he doesn't want to be seen doing that. So therefore he says Anya Jana Alakshitam, so that others do not see this. And Manam Abhishta Anavyanjikai, Abhishtan Avyanjikai Katakshir Dadati. So he is respecting them by his glances. Vanapatha Paryatana Brahmanena Kshuta Pipasha Bhyam Cha Ishat Pakku Badarvat Pandu Vadanam Yasyasa. So why his face is little yellowish? So one reason is that since he is now tired walking from the forest, so that is the sign of tiredness. Like when you are tired, you are not fresh, the body is little pale, right? So your face is looking pale. Are you tired? You are hungry. So that is Chut Pipasa Bhyam Ishat Pakku Badarvat. So because of hunger and thirst, he has good digestive fire. So by the time he is hungry, all the lunch which they took is finished. They only eat once. Now it's time to be hungry. So that's why the face is like little bit emaciated. Means he needs food. So that is the Pakku Badarvat, like a ripe, this what they call jujube fruit. So Pandu Vadanam Yasyasa Pakshe Swabhishta Prayasi Virhanu Bhavoyam. Or he is feeling separation from the gopis, and that is the Anubhav. That's why this color is manifest. So everybody can take their own meaning. And Vadane Pandima, therefore he has this yellowish hue on his face. Mridugandam Mridugando Kanaka Kundalayo Chanchalayo Kantya Mandayan. And then his soft cheek is being ornamented by the two golden earrings. So they are dangling. Yadupatir Gopanam Yadavatvasya Pratipadita Purvatva. So the cowherd people are also Yadavas. So this was already established earlier. It was explained that Nanda Maharaj and Vasudev's father, they were born from two different mothers, Sursen and Parjanya Maharaj. So therefore they are both coming in Yadu dynasty. Dvirada Raja Viharo Gajendra Tulya Mandagamana. So he is walking graciously like an elephant. Mudit Vaktraha Prafulita Mukha. And he is blissful in his face. Upayati is coming closer now. Nikatamayati Vrajgamam Vrajasthajanen Netranam. So Vrajgamam. So the word go also means eyes. Go also means senses. So here Vrajgamam can mean the senses of the Vraja, and specifically say the eyes, because everybody is looking at him, and in this way he is taking away their distress of the eyes. Eyes were waiting to see him. So therefore Vrajgamam, the word Gava here means the eyes. So then this is the last sloka of this chapter. Evam Rajastriyo Rajan, Sri Shuka Vacha. Sri Shukdev said, Evam Rajastriyo Rajan Krishna Lila Nugayati Remi Reha Sutachitta Stanmanaska Mahodayaha. So Shukdev said that, O king, in this way the women of Raja, so always remember Raja means the Goshtha, means the residence, and Vrindavan means the forest. So Vrajastriya Krishna Lila Anugayati. So in this way they are singing, the ladies of Vraja, they are singing about Krishna's activities. So there were 24 slokas, and they were all coupled together, to each, so 12 slokas, and those 12 slokas described his activities in 24 hours. 24 slokas, 24 hours of day and night, or 12 months. So that's how they have been understood. So they are doing Astkalin Leela Smaran in this way. So Remire Ahassu. So this is how they passed their time in the daytime. And they are called here as Mahodaya. So these gopis are highly fortunate. Why? Because they are passing their time talking about Krishna, singing about Krishna, and Tachitta Tanmanaska. Their mind and their chitta, they are all fixed on him only. So Tadgunaneva Gayante Na Atmagaran Sasmaru. Earlier also it came that they were all singing about him when Krishna left, and only thinking of, they did not remember anything else. Na Atma Agarani Sasmaru. They did not remember anything else. So this is the perfection of life, when your mind, your chitta, your heart, everything becomes absorbed in Krishna. This avesh, this is the fortune. So that's why they are called Mahodaya. In Hindi, Mahodaya is used, right? People don't even know why, what is the meaning, they just say Mahodaya. So Mahodaya means Mahabhagyavan, or here Mahabhagyavati means highly fortunate. So this is the fortune, and that is the conclusion of this whole song, that if we can also think on Krishna Leela, that is the Vyanjana, then we can also become fortunate. So that is possible if Tachittatan Manaska, if our chitta is fixed on him, means we have bhakti samskaras, then mind. So then our knowledge, according to Nyaya, those of you, if you remember Tark Sangraha, Nyaya Atma has 8 qualities, and 3 of them are Ichcha, Gyan and Prayatna. Gyan, Ichcha, Prayatna, Kriti. They can use the word Kriti. So knowledge, and then ichcha means desires, kriti means action but not physical action. So this is related, Vedic psychology. This is related with buddhi, that is jnana, knowledge. That's why we have word bodha. Bodha means knowledge. And ichcha, desire, mind. And kriti, ahankar. Right? That's why you say ahankari. Na yasya naham kriti bhavo buddhiri yasya na lipyate. Krishna says, he uses the word ahankriti. So this described here that gopis were like that. In our understanding, they are not qualities of Atma, but qualities in the subtle body. But Nyaya applies it on the subtle body because Nyaya doesn't talk about subtle body. So these are the Jnana, Ichcha and Kriti. All three, they are devoted to Krishna. So Anyabhilashita Sunyam, Jnana Karmadhyanavritam, Anukulyena Krishna Anushilnam. So Anushilnam is described by Jiva Goswami, Sarva Dhatu Artha, Sakal Dhatu Artha. That Shil Dhatu here includes all the actions possible. Means all activities. And activities, they come from subtle body and then they manifest physically. So main thing is inside. So therefore Tachitta Tanmanaska. So that is the level of bhakti. That's how bhakti is most purifying. Because now there is no place for any impurity. There is no other abhilasha. Abhilasha, jnana, karma, all this covering. These are the coverings. People come to spiritual life, then there are spiritual coverings. In the material life, there are material coverings. So material coverings are anyabhilasha. Spiritual coverings are jnana, karmadi. So nothing for the devotee. So that is Uttama Bhakti. Absolutely freedom from that. So that is the Gopi. That is Gopi Bhav. So they passed this, how they passed their time, observed. And then all activities happen for Krishna only. So Nu Bho Rajan. So this word Nu is used separately or it can apply together with. Either you can say Krishna-līlā Anugayati, but he is reading it as separately. Krishna-līlā Nu Gayati. So he says Nu here means Bho. Nu is an address that, O King, Bho Rajan. Gayati, Gayantya. So Gayati here is first plural, it should be second plural. Or rather, it should be, what is that, Kshatri. He wants to make it present continuous, not just an adjective of. If you say Gayati, it will be qualification of Rajastriya. But he wants to say Krishna-līlā Gayantya. While singing Krishna-līlā, the gopis pass their day. That's how he wants to say. Tasmin Sri Krishna eva chittam cheto yasamta. So how they are? So they are called tat chitta. So their chitta is in Krishna. Means the chitta is not in their body. Chitta is in Krishna. Physical instrument can remain in their body, but the function is in Krishna. Mind is inside us, but the function of mind is thinking, willing, desiring. That can go anywhere. So Jnana, Ichcha and Kriti, they have their Vishaya. These three things have their object. So Jnana, knowledge. When you say knowledge, immediately question comes, knowledge about what? It's like if you say father, then the question comes, whose father? If you say son, immediately question comes, whose son? So these are relative words. That's why they are called relatives. So similarly, when you say Jnana, then there is a Vishaya of Jnana. And Jnana is called then Vishayi. Right? So knowledge is called that which has the Vishaya. And then by Vishayatva Sambandha, the Jnana goes there. So the object can come in the knowledge by Vishayitva Sambandha, and the knowledge goes into the Vishaya by Vishayatva Sambandha. Whatever is the Sambandha, through that it goes there. It goes into the Sambandhi. Like Ram is son of Dashratha, so Dashrath is father and Ram is son. So by Pitritva Sambandha, Ram is in Dashrath, and by Putratva Sambandha, Dashrath is in Ram. So like that, their Chitta is in Krishna, that's what he's saying. Because it says that Sri Krishna eva, tasmin Sri Krishna eva, that in that Sri Krishna only. Not that Chitta is here also and there also. It is not divided. It is undivided. That is the meaning of Anya Bhilashita Sunyam. It's only in Krishna. Not that you do Anukul to Krishna also, and then you do Anukul to somebody else. Like Bhishma is there, so he is devotee of Krishna, but he is doing Anukul to Duryodhana. Right? You see the problem? So he is not fitting. He is standing in front of Krishna shooting arrows and feeling good about it. Because that's what he remembered at the time of death. So here the gopis are not like that. So tasmin Sri Krishna eva chittam cheto yashanta. So therefore psychology is to study chitta. What is the formula for psychology? Not studying what you are doing, I do this much. No. It's not question of doing. Where is your chitta? You may be doing it and then you have chitta somewhere else. Then one day you are going to run away and take something from. So therefore the important thing is to study the chitta. That is a hard job, and also people don't like it. When you talk about chitta, they become disturbed. Because everybody wants to remain external. So here the chitta is being described. This whole description what we had in Yugal Geet and before in Gopi Geet is actually the description of chitta. It is a description of the psychology. Psychology of devotee. Psychology of Uttam Bhakta. What is their psychology? Psychology means logy means Gyan, right? So knowledge of psyche. Psyche according to Greek it means soul, study of the soul. According to Nyaya, what is the Gyan there? The Gyan of the soul. Right? Atma Gyan. So study of the Chitta. Atma means Chitta here. Atma has many meanings. Atma also means mind. Atmaihi Atmano Bandhu, Krishna says. So, this is what psychology is. And this is the deepest study of human being or human life. There is nothing deeper than this. So therefore he says, Tasmin Sri Krishna eva chittam cheto yasamta. So this is the essence of everything. And then if chitta is there, then mana will be there naturally. Wherever is chitta, mind cannot go somewhere else, because mind just reflects what is in the chitta. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, clean the chitta. He did not say clean the mind. Right? Why he said Cheto Darpan Marjanam? Could have also said Mano Darpan. What was the problem? It's not going to break the chanda of the verse. So Cheto Darpan Marjanam, he said that you have to clean the chitta. And that only bhakti does. Param Vijayatis Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So where the chitta is then clean, then mind is naturally there, because mind depends on what is in the chitta. So tasya Sri Krishnasya mano yasu iti. So their mind is also there. Iti ataha Krishna tat priyanam paraspar vishaya ashriyatvat paraspar mano grahanata pratikshanam anisharam ramanat remire. So then what happens, that Krishna and those who are beloved of Krishna, tat priyanam, and priya here can both be male, female, still the word will be priyanam only. So paraspar vishaya ashritvat. So both have their vishaya and ashraya. Just as Gyan has vishaya ashraya, like that love also has vishaya and ashraya. So Krishna is the vishaya of the love of the gopis, and gopis are the vishaya of the love of Krishna. So then Krishna becomes the ashraya, the receptacle of the love, and gopis are the object of love, they are the vishaya. And then in case of gopis, gopis are the ashraya and Krishna is the vishaya. So this is the most wonderful thing. So here, mutually ashraya vishaya. So then you don't know who is devotee and who is the object of devotion. So Krishna is worshipable, but then Krishna is called Bhagavan Bhakta Bhaktiman. So he is also Bhakta. And then gopis are Bhagavati. And then for gopis he is Bhagavan, and they are the Dasi. So Krishna is also Dasa, although he is not called Krishna Dasa, but he is Gopi Das. So Krishna means Gopi Das or Bhakta Das. That is the meaning of Vishaya Ashraya. What else it means? So Ashraya means Das or Dasi. And Vishaya means Prabhu or Prabhuvi. So in this way they have Parasparam Manogrhanat. So because of their Vishaya and Ashraya being Paraspar mutual, so they capture each other's mind. Krishna is capturing the mind of the gopis, and that does not mean that he is just carrying all their minds with him. No, his mind is captured by them. So he also does not have his mind with him. So they think of him and he is thinking of them. So this is Pratikshanam Anisha Ramanath. So this is how they enjoy at every moment. So therefore even in separation there is happiness. Because if Krishna is in the mind, then how can there be suffering? Suffering is when Krishna is not in the mind. Then suffering, because then we have envy, jealousy, this raga, dvesha, all these things are coming. But when Krishna is there, then he is Satchidananda, then there is no problem. So So therefore they say that Anisha means without any break. Ramanath, they enjoy Remire. That's why the word Remire is used here. Otherwise, how is that they should have said that they were suffering, but say they are enjoying. So vipralambha premno dukhmayattvena tadavishta jan pratitatve api param sukhmayatvam prekshavat pratitam asti ata premna purusharth chudamanitvam vyanjita. So he says that the love in separation, the vipralambha prema, it appears dukhmaya. It appears to be kind of suffering. Tadavishta jana pratitatvepi. By people who are in separation, even to them it appears like that. But actually it is param sukhmayatvam. But it is extremely relishable. Prekshavat pratitam asti. So those who have preksha means those who have deeper vision. Ikshanam means seeing. Like they say, introspection. So those who have super inspection. So for them, this is seen as blissful. Pratitam asti. Therefore, premnaha purushartha chudamanitvam. Therefore, love is indicated here as the supreme, the topmost goal to be achieved by our endeavor or our actions. Means the goal of our life, the purpose of our action should be to achieve that, because this is the topmost. Otherwise, if it is mixed with suffering, then it cannot be the topmost, because we don't want that there is suffering. Sukham vesyat dukkham ma bhut. Right? We want happiness, we don't want suffering. But if in love, if both are there, then this cannot be the ultimate. And then mukti is better, because there is no suffering in mukti. Deep sleep, there is any suffering? No. So then prema looks inferior to that if there is suffering. So therefore he said that it is param sukhmayatvam, although it may appear like that. It's a little bit illusory. But those who are prekshavat, who can go deeper inside, remove the outer covering, the outer looks which seem like suffering, go inner, then they know this person is really relishing it. So this is the Vyanjana here. That although it was said that dinatapam brajagamam mochen brajagamam dinatapam, but it's simply shifting the gear from vipralambha to union, from separation to union. Different taste, but bliss in both. So iti sararth darshinyam harshinyam bhakta chetasam panchatrinsho api dasme sangatah satam. So this is the end of commentary on the 35th chapter called Sararth Darshini by Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti. Any question on this? Otherwise we move to the next chapter. Okay, Mohini, you have 2 questions. Mohini just said she has 2 questions.
She wrote it in the chat.
Yeah, read it.
First question is, you said that these 24 verses describe Ashtakalya-līlā. Can you tell which verse describes Nishanta-līlā?
Nishanta-līlā is what we read just now. Nishant is the beginning. I think the first 3 slokas, then 5 slokas, and then another 4. How many are remaining? I think it is given by Jiva Goswami. It gives a breakup like that.
And the second question is about the cleaning of chitta. So the conclusion is that the chitta is in the sense objects, And therefore also
Chitta is what?
the chitta is in the sense objects.
What do you mean by that? Chitta is in the sense object.
And therefore also the mind is there. And that there is attachment to the sense objects. So how is Ceto Darpana done? One can continue to dwell in the sense objects and enjoy, and at the same time also continue to chant. And there must be an effort to keep away the chitta from the sense objects. What is the exact process? Only
That
chanting?
means you are not chanting. Chanting is the way to keep your chitta away from sense object. Because your mind cannot do two things at a time. If your mind is in sense object, you are not doing japa. Simple. If you are doing japa, your mind is not in the sense object. If you are doing both, you are not doing anything.
And then from Anand Krishnaji, why is Bhishma considered a Mahajana if he had Anukulata to Duryodhana also?
So he is Mahajana because he knows what is dharma, and he wanted that this dharma, Duryodhana, has to be extinguished. So he is supporting him. Otherwise, Duryodhana, how will he fight if Bhishma is not there? So he is Krishna's man planted on the other side. Politicians do that. They put their own people in the other party to create hoo-halla like that. So this is divine politics. You have to be a prakshavat to understand this. Don't just remain on the surface. Go a little deeper. Okay.
So, Bhagavat, you have a question. What are these coverings, spiritual coverings that you were talking?
Now you want to moksha, that is covering. You want moksha or not? No? Sure. Think again. Many people shake their head like that, but inside they want it. Okay. Let's see. It's hard to believe. Okay. Anything else? Shailesh? Unmute.
Oh. Yes, I'm unmute. Can you hear me, Babaji?
Yeah.
You mentioned a little bit about the study of chitta and the study of human mind. Could you please explain the distinction between these two?
So mind is where thoughts manifest. Thoughts, desires, emotions. And
Yes.
chitta is where the samskaras are lying, which are the source of these things. So chitta is like the seed, and mind is like the, what you call, sprout. So when the seed is there, you don't see. When sprout is there, then it is more visible, you can recognize that. But you have to know the seeds. So that is the study.
So if I want to study the chitta, I start from the study of the mind, is that correct?
Yeah. If you are serious. Anything else? Is it possible or is it difficult?
The study of the mind. It is possible.
Good. That's good. So that's what you have to do. That is the benefit of being in married life. Yeah, this is what people don't understand. Married life gives you such an opportunity to study mind. Because if you are sensitive, then that's what you study. Yeah? But instead of that, people just quarrel with each other. That's all they do all the time. They misuse the opportunity and they get even more stuck. But actually, if you are a smart guy, Then marriage life gives you the best opportunity to study mind and become liberated from this. It's perfect situation. But people, all I hear is complaints all the time. Right? Complaining. Why are you complaining? Instead of being company and study. Okay.
There's one more question from Mohini. So she wants to know that so many people know about Dharma, why are they not in the category of Mahajana, and what exactly is the definition of Mahajana?
How many people know? Can you tell me? Give one example. You said so many. Give me a few names. You already failed. Arjuna was confused. He was saying, Karpanya dosa upahata svabhava prichhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta. What is the word he used? Dharma sammudha cheta. My mind is bewildered about dharma. And Mahajana, I already said, although you are still asking who is a Mahajana, I says Mahajan means who knows dharma. Means who knows how to act in a particular situation, what is the proper action. And Arjuna said, Dharma Sammudha Cheta. Looks like you have not studied Bhagavad Gita. Your very first example is wrong. So Mahajan means who knows. Okay.
Bhagavati says that you say that Bhishma knows Dharma, but when Draupadi situation happened, he didn't defend her even if he knows the Dharma.
He knew that, he just kept silent. That was his mistake. So that's why he has to be killed. Because if you go in an assembly and you don't speak, then you incur sin. So there is a sloka like that. Nasabham pravishet. I forgot the first part. You should not enter the sabha. You should not participate in the sabha if you don't speak. Nasa sabha yatra na santi vriddha. Vriddhanate na vadanti satyam. So that is not a sabha where the learned people are not there, and learned person is not one who doesn't speak the truth. So he knew that. That's why he just put his head down. He did not say yes or no. So later on he said, Arthena baddhosmi Maharaja. He says, I am bound by Arjuna's and Duryodhana's wealth. Sarve arthasya dasa na artho daso kasyachit. Everybody is servant of money. Right? Now you see the sadhus running after money. So which is bigger, sadhu or money? If you run, one man was going with a cow. He bought a cow and he was going home. So he had the rope of the cow. Cow is tied with the rope. And one Acharya was going with his students and he was explaining what it means to be attached. So then he said, look at this man. He is under the control of this cow. Because he is attached to the cow. So this man heard. And he says, what do you mean I am under the control of cow? The cow is under my control. I have the rope in my hand. He says, no. You are under the control of the cow. He says, what are you talking about? What kind of a teacher you are? So the teacher went and he snatched the rope from his hand and threw on the cow, and the cow ran. So the guy is running behind the cow. So look, who is under whose control? Cow doesn't give a damn for you. You are being controlled by the cow. You think you control the cow? So it's like that. Okay. We'll stop. We'll start it tomorrow.